Okay, so let's take a moment and look at how our consistent systems would look if we were graphing and if we were using elimination. So our first system is here. If you look carefully at your system, second equation, good to go. You could graph that right now. First equation, not so much. So we need to do a little work with this first equation first, solve for y. So you're going to move the x over. And remember, when you move the x over, you're going to change the sign, and then you're going to divide everything by -2. So this becomes -2y equals -x minus 4. And then I got to get rid of the -2 by dividing everything by -2. So this equation becomes y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Now look at these two equations side by side. They're identical twins. They have the same slope. They have the same y-intercept. Some of you will notice that right away and you'll say, I got the same thing. That's a consistent solution, a consistent system. That means I have infinite number of solutions. Some of you may not. So you would go ahead and proceed to graph. So let's do that. My first equation, the y-intercept is +2. My slope is 1/2, so I rise 1 and go to the right 2, and then I draw my line. Now, if you still haven't noticed that it's a consistent system, you will definitely notice at this point, because when you go to the second equation, you're going to realize my y-intercept is +2. You end up right there. Your slope, rise 1 to the left 2, you'll end up right there. That's what I mean by you having one line for the entire system. When this occurs, you will simply write infinite solution. That's your answer. One line, infinite solution. Now, what does it look like when we have elimination, when we're using elimination? Now, this one looks kind of tough because you're like, okay, I need to choose whether it's x or y. It really doesn't matter. I need to do a lot of work with this system. I'm going to say let's eliminate the x, okay? I got a +9 and I got a +6. I've got to eliminate the x somehow. Well, I know that 18 goes into both 9 and 6. So I'm going to make one of these equations a +18x and the other equation a -18x. So let's get started. If I want the first equation to give me a +18x, I would multiply everything by 3, because 3 times 9 will give me that +18. For my second equation, I want it to become a -18x. So in order for the, no, I did that wrong. I hope y'all recognize. 3 times 9 is not 18. 2 times 9 is 18. Glad I caught myself, because that would have been ugly. The 6 is the one that is multiplied by 3. But I want a -18, so that will be a -3 all the way across. So now we're rewriting both equations. That gives me 18x, that gives me -30y, that gives me 48. So far so good? Should be. Second equation, -18x, +30y, -48. Look at what happens. If you draw your line, your x's are eliminated. Your y's are eliminated. And look over here, your 48s are eliminated. Everything is eliminated. It's gone. 0 equals 0. Infinite solution.